Tony, is Taiwan highly vulnerable to an attack from China?
The leaked document that was published, many of its assumptions, assessment is based on Taiwan fighting alone. And the grim picture that it painted is based on the assumption that Taiwan is fighting alone. If you take everything into consideration, maybe that picture isn't so grim.
And China, although it's saying, after reading these documents, it can see that the US will intervene. In fact, it's been planning for the US intervention for many years.
I fully expect China also understands that Taiwan will not be fighting alone.
One of the things the documents covers is about early warning of an invasion. Would Taiwan get enough warning?
United States intelligence, unfortunately, we depend a lot on our technical methods, satellite and intercepts and stuff. Taiwan has a very strong human intelligence capability in China. So,
did you say in China?
In China, yeah.
How does that work?
Well, it's not a secret that Taiwan has spies in China, okay? And when you combine this human intelligence with technical intelligence of the United States, I fully believe there will be sufficient strategic warning to allow both the United States to forward deploy and also for Taiwan to get ready.
And yet the documents quote a Taiwanese who doubted that the air defenses were enough. Why is that?
Right. That particular portion was addressed in terms of, I believe, missile defense. Taiwan's ability to detect missile launches from China. I'm not sure these particular officers had the complete knowledge about Taiwan's missile defense system, because Taiwan has very robust missile defense system and has the ability to detect launches early on, and not only detection of launches but also detection, immediate calculation of impact points, and so Taiwan has a pretty good missile defense. Also, I think one point people should think about is, right, China has 1,200 short-range missiles they can use against Taiwan and 300 medium-range missiles that they can use against Taiwan. That's 1,500 missiles. That, however, is a number that is not a true capability, because these missiles need to have a launcher in order to be shot. How many launchers is the key? China has less than 500 launchers. That means if every single one of those launchers is called TELT, transporter, erector, launcher, if every one of them carry a missile that works, that first wave will be less than 500 missiles. Taiwan has a lot more missiles that can be used to intercept these. If you add up the number of Patriots, you add up the number of TK3s, Taiwan has a lot of missiles, and Taiwan's intercept missile only has to intercept those that's going to hit at a location that is valuable.
Let's go to China taking control of the skies early on. What would this mean? Do you believe it will happen?
It is also accurate. The assessment is accurate because China has 4 times more aircraft than Taiwan. And and the assessment is accurate in saying in the early stages of the war, because China has so many aircraft and they will be able to overwhelm Taiwan's sky just by pure numbers.
Are you saying that this is not a surprise?
It's not a surprise. Nobody should be surprised by that. It's just overwhelming force. However, once the coalition forces arrive, that will turn. That the control of the sky will be contested. Then the control of the sky, I fully believe, will belong to the coalition forces.
Let's turn now to Port of Taipei. It was mentioned in the documents, and in the documents it said that Taiwan has not practiced defending it. And yet, I do recall that Taiwan's Hanguang military exercises last year actually had this as a scenario for a decapitation attack.
Absolutely. Taipei Port has been identified as a center of gravity for the defense of Taiwan for many years, just because its location and how convenient it is if China use a civilian ro-ro ship, get close to Taipei Port, stay outside of Taiwan's territorial water, but once the missile strike starts, they come moving in and offload heavy armors and stuff and do a basically a quick strike against Taipei to achieve political surrender versus having do all this amphibious landing in the central and southern Taiwan and fight their way up to get a military surrender. So this is what Putin tried to do in Kyiv, try to get into the capital and get a political surrender. So the defense of Taipei port, I am certain, is in the MND's plan, and they have a way, and it would not be so easy for China to try to grab that port intact and be able to use it for their purpose.
So what does it say to you, Tony, that the documents say something which is blatantly incorrect?
Yeah, yes, I suspect they might not know this scenario has been played out during Hanguang. It has Taiwan has exercised in the defending that port. Like I said, any military strategists look at that and say that's center of gravity for both sides. So it has to be either held or destroyed. If Taiwan can hold it, I suspect Taiwan will destroy it, so China can't use it.
Tony Hu, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.